To understand a little bit how the arc welder works, we need to learn a little bit about basic electricity. So the arc welder welds two pieces of metal together through electrical current and that electrical arc. That arc is hot enough to melt the metal. So let's talk about electricity. For electricity to flow, we have three things that are part of that. So number one, we have a voltage source. And in this case, I've got the old copper top battery. Now, a voltage source has two different potentials. In fact, the definition of voltage is a difference of potential, a force that causes current to flow. So here I've got a negative potential and I have a positive potential. A great voltage source, okay? Well, we have to have something. The whole purpose of electricity is to do work. So in this case, we've got resistance, and resistance is our load. Our load is what does the work. So this circuit that we have here, I have a light bulb. In the case of the welder, it would be the workpiece. So I've got my resistance, I've got my voltage, and I need a pathway for current to flow. Current is the flow of electrons from negative to positive so that we can do some work. All right, so what happens is I've got my circuit set up and current flows from the negative part of my voltage source through the conductor, through my resistant load, light bulb lights, and current flows back into my voltage source. This is current flow, and this same principle is applied to our welder. Let's take a look at that. So just like in the previous example of the battery and the light bulb, we have a voltage source. In this case, the welding machine is our voltage source, and our voltage source, just like the battery, has a difference of potential. I've got a negative side and I've got a positive side. And just like in the previous circuit, we had a resistive load. The light bulb is now replaced with the workpiece. This is our resistance. This is the load. We want the electricity to do the work. My current flow, current is the flow or the movement of electrons from negative to positive. All right, so as current is flowing through the grounding wire, it comes up through the arc, comes up through the electrode and down the electrode holder and the cable back into the welding machine. This is an electrical process. So if you pull the electrode away from the workpiece, it's like a switch. It turns off the circuit and nothing happens. But when you get that electrode back into the close proximity, we have that arc jump the gap and we have welding going on. Again, this is arc welding. This is how arc welding works. It's an electrical process. All right, this right here is my welding machine. And if we go back to the diagram that I showed you earlier, you needed three parts for the welding process. And one part was the voltage, the power supply. And just like that battery that has a positive and a negative polarity, this welding machine provides both a positive and a negative polarity. And it provides those to these welding cables. So one cable that will be my electrode holder, that'll be one polarity, and the other cable, which we call the grounding clamp, would be the other polarity. So I've got one could be positive and one could be negative. I can actually swap them around depending on the type of welding I'm doing, but I must have a difference of potential. Now this grounding clamp can be attached to the workpiece, or since I'm going to work on a metal table and the workpiece is sitting on a metal table, I can go ahead and just attach this to the metal table. This is the power supply. So here I have the electrode holder, and the electrode holder is kind of spring-loaded, so I can squeeze on there and open it up, and I will go ahead and insert my welding rod, my electrode. And again, we have an electrode, we have a rod. This is called stick welding. Come back here, turn on the machine, and I'm ready to start welding.